Hey guys, so today I'm looking into this Ceramide Yuja Healing Cleansing Balm from the brand IRecipe. This is a cleansing balm that's supposed to remove your makeup and all impurities. It comes in a 4.2 ounce jar with a tiny travel size cleanser that's about 10 grams. Together, these retail for about $17 to $20 depending where you buy it. So some of the claims of this cleansing healing balm is that it's formulated with clean, vegan, skin-loving ingredients. It's supposed to remove your makeup and clean your skin. It says that it's an all-in-one cleanser. There's no double cleanse required, which I will address later. Also claims to have effective sebum control and claims not to irritate your skin due to its gentle hypoallergenic formula. So this comes in a jar packaging. It does have a small little scoop applicator inside. Definitely has a balm consistency and formula. It is a solid that melts into your skin as soon as you start picking it up and warming it with your hands and working it into your skin. So this formula transitions from a balm consistency to an oil on your skin. And then once you introduce water, it definitely transitions to a milky type cleanser that then easily washes off with oil. The milky cleanser is supposed to remove your whiteheads and blackheads, and then the oil is supposed to melt away all your makeup, even waterproof makeup, to give you a nice, perfectly clean skin. So this is marketed as a healing balm. It says healing in there for a reason. It is formulated with 100 parts per million of ceramides that are supposed to strengthen your skin barrier. So it's not just there to cleanse your skin and strip it of all the makeup, impurities, and dirt. It's also supposed to hydrate, moisturize, and put back into your skin some of those lipids and ceramides to give your skin a more stronger barrier. So this is made with what they call a CeraFlex complex, which is basically ceramides, phytosterols, and fatty acids that will work to strengthen your skin barrier. I think this is important because ceramides are basically lipid molecules that are naturally present in our skin, and having this in a cleanser can help maintain your skin integrity, your skin barrier. It could help with, dehydration, water loss, and it also can help with that stripped, dry feeling that you get in your skin after using some of the harsher, stronger cleansers. So that not only does it clean your skin, it will also deposit back some of those lipids that are really good for your skin barrier. So this is also made with a yuzu citrus extract, which is supposed to help with brightening and provide some antioxidants to your skin. From what I read in KBeauty, this yuzu extract is sometimes used for brightening, for enhancing radiance. Although I do think that the amount of this ingredient matters. Yuja in this particular balm is listed about 12th in the ingredient list. So it's not a primary ingredient, but it is in there. It seems to be somewhere in the middle on the ingredient list. Initially, when you open the jar, you can definitely tell that there is a citrus scent. It's very pleasant. It's a little bit maybe stronger than a mild, but definitely noticeable. And personally, I have been loving it. And until I looked into it, I thought that this scent was due entirely to this yuzu ingredient. However, when I took a deeper look into the ingredients, I was a little surprised. Now, some of these ingredients are more of your standard ingredients, but the two that stand out to me are the caprylic or capric triglyceride, which comes from coconut oil and glycerin. Now, I've personally had a horrible experience with coconut oil on my skin. Last time I used it years and years ago, it caused horrible cystic acne that took me years to get rid of, and you can actually see a video where I talk about getting rid and treating my cystic acne. That was the cause of using coconut oil to cleanse my skin. So anytime I see coconut oil in the ingredient lineup, I get very cautious. I am very, very careful to wash my face really well which is something I definitely did with this product that I will talk about later. And another ingredient that I noticed in this list is fragrance. This was surprising because the scent that I picked up immediately when opening this jar, I thought was due to that yuzu extract. However, there's definitely added fragrance in this formulation. Fragrances, generally when listed on an ingredient list, is basically made up of anywhere from 30 to 50 chemicals on average, but it can have a lot more than that. So it's just an unnecessary addition. Now, in addition to that fragrance ingredient, it also lists hexylcinnamol, which is another common fragrance ingredient. It smells like jasmine, but it has to be labeled separately because it's a potential allergen. So if you have sensitive skin, I would say that this is best to avoid. Another similar ingredient is limonene, another ingredient that's not so great. It's another perfuming solvent. It's a cheap fragrance ingredient. According to what I read, it does smell nice, but the problem is that it oxidizes when it's exposed to air. So as the longer that your jar becomes open or is exposed to air, the more likely that this ingredient will become an allergen. And the last similar ingredient is linalool, which is another perfuming kind of a fragrance ingredient. It's very common. Problem is that it also oxidizes when exposed to air. Just some caution for those of you that have sensitive skin that want to avoid all these chemicals. So as for my use experience with this, I really love the scent. I just wish it was natural. When it comes to texture, it is a very solid balm, but as soon as you start touching it, you can almost feel it melting on your skin. It does melt into an oil consistency. I love that it comes with a little applicator. You can just scoop out the amount that you need. And it's very much a solid until it starts melting into your skin. When you start working it into your skin, it has a very soft, very slippery, smooth consistency and texture. It definitely melts and just becomes kind of has a feeling of a thicker oil on your skin, very slippery, very emollient, and it does make your skin feel very soft. I have to say that this does a great job at removing my makeup. I don't use a lot of waterproof mascaras, but I do use a very long wearing foundation that this has no problem melting off my skin. It removes virtually everything, and I take just about 30 seconds to just work it into my skin, remove everything before I start washing it off with water. Now, in my everyday use, because I am so cautious about coconut oil, I always follow this up with another facial cleanser. I am just really paranoid about leaving any kind of a balmy, emollient, coconut oil-like product on my skin without fully removing it. And that is something that I will recommend that everyone does. Even if this does a great job at removing your makeup and cleaning your skin, I will definitely recommend that you go in with a secondary clean and do a two-step cleaning with another cleanser. For me, just provides a peace of mind that none of those oils are staying on my skin overnight. Even though it does claim to have great sebum control and not clog your pores, I just feel a lot better knowing that I have removed all of the oils and then cleanse my face that way. Having said that, with the two-step cleaning, I know that I'm probably removing some of the benefits of that ceramides that this healing balm provides, but I would much rather reintroduce those healing, moisturizing ingredients later in the form of a moisturizer rather than going to sleep with oil on my skin that could potentially clog my pores. So wherever you land on, using balms, whatever your experience is, you can go both ways. I have tried using it just one time when I washed it off with just the balm and water without using a secondary cleanser, and I've had no problem. I didn't notice clogged pores. However, I am very reluctant to do this on a continuous, ongoing basis. That I think that this is probably a great fit for normal to dry skin. I would say if you have sensitive skin, it is potentially problematic because of all those fragrances. If you have acne prone skin, I would be very careful because of that coconut oil component and just the really oily emollient nature of this product. If you do use it, I would 100% wash it a second time. Wash your face a second time with another cleanser just to remove all of those oils from your face. So this is a tricky product for me. I think that it is a good barrier-friendly formula with the caveat that it might really not be good for those with acne-prone skin or sensitive skin. I do think that it has a really pleasant scent. However, it does contain fragrances to amplify that scent, so that is a point of conflict for me. It also has a very nice texture. It melts really nicely into your skin. It claims not to irritate or clog pores and control your sebum and oil production. It removes makeup really well. I have no problems there whatsoever, but I do have a couple concerns in the formulation of fragrances, in the fact that it contains coconut oil, and the fact that you still have to go in with an additional cleanser, which I do anyways, but for those of you that don't like the two-step cleansing process, this might be annoying. I think this is a great value as far as the cost. You get quite a bit of product for about $17. I expect this to last me a long time. I do love that it comes with a little travel container that is convenient and really well thought out. I do expect a little bit more from a Korean skincare brand. I would love it to be a little bit more cleaner in terms of ingredients and formulation, but it does the job. It removes makeup really well. It does make removing makeup at the end of the day really quick and easy, so I do appreciate that about it. But I'm really curious to hear if you have tried this product or other balm to oil facial cleansers and what your experience has been. I know that I can't be the only one that was kind of negatively affected by oily makeup removers or coconut oil or products that contain coconut oil. So please let me know if you've had a similar experience. I would really be interested in hearing about that. And be sure to come back for more videos where I break down Korean skincare products in a video just like this. Bye.